My life is so very, very sad. I was never allowed to have an opinion at all. How many people say, what are you labeled? Schizophrenia? You don't show any of those signs this whole year. Like, I don't know, over a dozen. Definitely over a dozen. I was still living at the Mission. So last year, so for a whole year, you're talking about, several people. And I have no proof of that, but, this is what I'm illegally labeled. So I'm labeled correctly. And how did that label stick? Somebody forged my name. All the papers at the Lancaster Mission, the Access Center, papers were forged because my diagnosis is dead, okay? It's dead from 1999. But I was harassed at the Lancaster Mission, okay? Harassed for over 3 weeks before I moved April 1st, 2022. Harassed every day, just about. Sign these papers, why would I want to sign old papers from 1999 of falsified evidence, just falsified papers. But hey, they were forged. Hey, they're in my medical records right now. Those papers were forged. Because I was told that my recent evaluation would definitely override something that happened so long ago. And besides that, where's any of the proof of any medications I took? Because I didn't take any medications because I didn't have to. It's a total joke. And I didn't receive a check for almost 5 years. 5 years. This October, I did not receive a check. And I should have never got... Hey, my original pay representative for 11 years should not have gotten a check. And then, I could have lived somewhere real nice with my boys. From Social Security, off of their father. He was alive. I could have had a life. I could have had it, something normal, I never ever had anything normal. Abused to hell. Abused to death my entire existence. Being poor. I'm just sick of it. Not having anything. But hey, this person can live like hell. Hey, this person can have roaches in the refrigerator, microwave oven. The oven blew up on Halloween. That's fine. That my oldest son tried to make pizza and the oven blew up. And there was a fire because the roaches ate the wiring. Okay? I mean, my life's a joke. Like, the joke is them, but they put it on me. And I'm just, infuriated that, oh, okay. I went back to my doctor's office. I gave him my papers of my psych evaluation. My doctor says, oh, okay. You're bipolar 1. All right. That's what you are, bipolar 1. Right? My counselor's bipolar 1. Everyone knows I'm bipolar 1. So I get my medical records, and it says schizophrenia versus bipolar. That's the only information that I needed out of this thick stack of papers, which I didn't read anything else. And whatever, I like leafed through the first 10 papers of this big stack, and my eye went on. All the mental diagnosis was nothing, but it had to say schizophrenic versus bipolar. Why? Because my name was forged, okay? Where I was staying at the Lancaster Mission. Where are all these papers? Look at all these papers that I want you to sign. I never signed one of those papers. I should be highly pissed off. So, the only, how else could that label still be there? It was dead. I was not, there was a woman at my counseling office that was fired, okay, for, violating HIPAA information. That counselor went and talked to my caseworker at the Lancaster Mission. She's best friends with her, and she's all smiles and, oh, we got you with a mental diagnosis. And then I didn't go through with what, she was like, well, when are you going to accept your diagnosis? I was like, what diagnosis? That's so long ago. Over 2 decades ago. Never ever took any medicine. I'm not going and harming anybody or harming myself or harming anything at all. I just try to be nice to people. I'm normal, okay? I'm not like pretender lot narcissists. I'm not like all my other abusers. I'm not like my dead husband. I'm not like everybody else who just gets away with doing whatever the hell they want. No, I'm a nice, in fact, the people who should be on high alert with society are the ones who are super abusive, are the abusers who harm their victims. Those are the people that should be locked away. Those are the people who should be put in the mental health hospital. Another person who harms another person. When did I ever do that? I never did that. I had self-defense from being raped. I had self-defense in 2020. Being raped, yeah, I tried to self-defend myself. I'm not sure what weapon. I know it wasn't a knife. I know for a fact it wasn't a knife because in the facility I was at, the knives were hidden. So that was just a total lie. Okay, I self-defend myself, right? You hit me, how many times I'm going to hit you back for self-defense, and that should be okay. Which is all I ever did, if I even was able to make it to self-defense. I certainly couldn't have with my husband that I was terrified of, and, I was terrified of all my abusers. And I choose to deliberately forget them. And that's all I can do. And I don't want to go rethink of what the hell my life was about. It was horrible. There's nothing to remember in my life. At all. And I should be really, really mad. Well, this is really weird, but, in the car, okay, I couldn't find mine, but I found this. I wonder if it'll come out clear. The woman who got fired at my, counselor office, she asked my oldest son, did your mom ever get married? I don't think your mom got married. I don't think she ever got married. Well, there's the seal. This is the original paper that I was married. And what do I get? But I was tortured by my counselor for 4 months. I'm required to go to a counselor. And she told my son, I don't think she got married. No. She wasn't married. There it is. There it is. There's the seal. There it is. Outrageous. Just totally outrageous. I mean, you know, being worked against by a psychopathic counselor who goes through everybody's HIPAA information, she got fired. I don't know why it took them 4 months to fire her. I don't know who else she violated. I'm violated all the time in every way, so it's just like, hey, you cared about me, right? She probably violated somebody else, and they filed suit and she got fired. And said she lied to me and said, well, I got another job. Of course she's gonna lie. Unreal, man. Unreal. Totally disgusted. Totally mad. I have every right to be mad. I mean, my God. April 19th, I had a psych evaluation. Bipolar 1 is what my diagnosis is. And in my medical records, it has a date, May 5th. I have to look at it again. May 4th, 2022. It's probably when the Lancaster Mission forged my papers of my old, up from 1999, from Warnersville, okay? I'm being real. So they didn't want reality to be faced. So what? Oh, okay, we'll forge her name. Okay, this is what she is. She signed these papers, and this is all the lies from years ago. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I never went to the doctors, the mental health doctors. I never took any medicine. And this one girl, these people were like, that's not even possible. Well, it was with me. I didn't go to the doctors for 15 years. Well, longer than that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a regular physical doctor. You're supposed to get a checkup like once a year or something like that. Okay. Never. All right? And there's lots of people that get government checks that are mentally ill that never go to the doctors. They never check up on them. I was just one of them, okay? But supposedly, when you get a government check, you're supposed to be, the person's supposed to be monitored. What are you doing with their money? And it's such a small check anyway, so why, you can't do anything with it. $700 some. What? That's all I got. So, what the hell can you do with $750? And then, if you have these pay representatives that are, programs, they steal $40. For what? I mean, your rent would be close to the $750, right? And then so you only have $710 left. So your rent would be about $600. So then what? Oh, well, you should save up money. But you can't save it. Yeah, that's a joke. And I ain't get a check for almost 5 years. So what? How am I diagnosed with schizophrenia? My papers were forged. See, and there's May 4th on there. I have to go look through my medical records and check that out. May 4th, 2022 is when my papers were forged. I was nowhere, and I'm not allowed on the property of the mission. So how did that happen? It's my only explanation. There's no way that I'd have any other diagnosis than the recent one, which would be proper. Well, why would they even go with something like over 20 years ago? And then I even had someone that even told me, well, you could be labeled super crazy and get over it. So we're going to, yeah, I don't know what type of, I don't know what it was. But he was like, well, we're going to, forgive your loan. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'm just totally fucked my entire life. I never ever had any access to anything. Everything's hacked. I don't have anything. And no one ever gave me any. I mean, I barely got anything. Susan Chappelle. The late, wonderful, one in a million lady Susan Chappelle helped me out for 1 year before she got Alzheimer's, okay? And I wouldn't. I don't see how she could put up with me when I'm screaming about all the white trash, The husband, the father of my 2 children, living where my kids are at, where, I was told, that man ruined your life. Well, then what is he doing living with my kids? How could Susan Chappelle put up with that? She's not white trash. She is not white trash. She's high quality. She's one in a million ladies who are high quality. How could she put up with that? Seriously. Why'd the lighting go down, this stupid thing?